Oh man, six string theory.
Six string
Sick
theory.
Sick.
Six.
Sick.
Sick.
Six.
Six strings.
Six string theory.
Sick strings.
Six strings.
Six
you know?
strings.
Six strings.
Six strings.
You know?
Theory.
You ever seen that commercial where the drone is, or maybe it's like a meme or whatever, and the drone's like meteor, and then they mean like, all right, that was crazy.
Meteor.
Out of context, that's crazy. But it's like meteor, and God's like meteor, and then the angel's like, nah, I thought you meant like a meteor, you know, like meteor, you know, like
meteor?
more, yeah, meteor dinosaur, and then it's like it's about like the dinosaurs getting extinct. I mean, so like boom. God's like, oh, a meteor. And it's like, no, a meteor, like a meteor dinosaur.
Like a meteor.
Yeah. And so they keep going back and forth. And then, you know, Jones like, you know, all fucking distressed because they just wiped out half the fucking, or most of the dinosaurs. I don't know. Anyway, six string theory.
Six string theory.
We're back. You know what I mean? Like we never left.
You know?
Back in this bitch. Back to back. I mean, yeah, man. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be playing guitar.
Likewise.
I've been playing a lot of guitar.
Doing recently. A lot of that.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, a lot of that. That's kind of why we have not been around, actually, because we just been playing shows and doing a whole lot of stuff.
You know,
yeah,
gone through a lot within the past little minute.
You know. So yeah, when we left off, we literally we were getting kicked out of our recording. Because they said that the guitar was too loud and too awesome. You know, so
it happens when you're great.
You know, I mean, look, we're not turning down for nobody. So shout out to everyone that doesn't want to turn down and wants to turn the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
true story.
That's why we're here. We're here to talk to y'all, turn up with y'all. You know what I mean? Play guitar and just, you know, talk about life.
Just,
you know?
Yeah, life has been lifing.
What's going on in your life right now, brother?
What's going on in my life? Yeah. Well, honestly, what's going on in my life? Oh,
damn.
Calm down.
What did the mic do to you?
I don't know.
Just smacked it.
Looked at me wrong.
Domestic. No, I'm sorry.
No.
Keep going.
Wait, that's manipulative. I mean, hello.
Go, yeah, exactly. I just did it too. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead. What's going on?
What's been going on? We have been touring a lot.
Well, just with you personally.
Well, but that is what's been going on.
Okay. All right. Yeah. True. That's very true. Yeah.
Like life.
Yeah.
It's been revolving around this a lot recently, and I think that's kind of been like a really good thing.
Facts.
I feel like in the past few years, it's been trying to like implement it in life, and I feel like recently it's been like, no, it's like is life, and that's really
we're here. And I want to point out that today we are both PRS boys, you know, so shout out to PRS.
You know,
I never thought, you know, I always loved Santana. I don't know who else plays PRS. Mark Tremonti, yeah, right? From Afterbridge with Miles Kennedy. I can't name any other. Mark Holcomb. Yeah, dude, Mark Holcomb's sick. Anyway, I never thought I would be a PRS player. You know, I never thought that I would really get that much into it. And since I've gotten this PRS, dude, I'm like head over heels. I love it. Honestly, like,
is there a story behind it?
I acquired it. Actually, no, there is a story. So it was just kind of sitting in a corner, sad and decrepit for about a year and a half, right? I came, got it off a buddy of mine, and he was like, yo, if you can fix it, like, you know, you got it. You know what I mean? So literally the neck was bowed. Like, it was like, it was a U. It really was like a dead ass like U in this guitar neck. And, you know, I was able to just adjust the truss rod. What I didn't know was in the case itself, because I went out searching for tools to be able to fix this truss rod, because it's a little different than most guitars. PRS truss rods are a little different. It's like a double truss rod, or there's something freaky about them. Anyway, so I went to Home Depot, found this whatever wrench or whatever, did a bunch of things to get it fixed, and fixed it, right? Only to find out the next day that I had all these tools in the front of the case that I just never checked. Yeah, so, but the job got done. This thing plays amazing. Now, what were these pickups that you said? Because you have them in yours.
They're PRS 8515s.
Okay, so I'm looking at mine. I think mine are, mine are the same way yours are. Never mind, I'm lying. Yeah, so it sounds like butter. Everything I play through this thing is just beautiful. Like, it's balanced. It feels great. It's not too heavy. Although they're like the body of it definitely is like thick. You know what I mean? She's a thick mama.
She's
you know what I
heavy.
mean? You feel me? Yeah, I mean, we love them thick over here, but like, yeah, dog, it's very versatile. Yeah, dude. And you know what's weird? I had the whammy bar in for a little minute, and I was like, I thought that was like where my life was headed, and no, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like whammy. I'm anti whammy bar, I guess.
Not anti.
I mean, it's in the way. Like, imagine, like, keep playing. Sorry, all this buzz and hum. I'll go into this is the neck pickup right now. So, like, that's butter, dude. Like, that's, actually, honestly, like, since I played, like, all my pedals right now are, I feel like at a good place, right? I finally stopped just putting my pedals on the goddamn floor and put them on something. So, you know, like, we finally put it on the actual pedal board. Right now I'm running a wah pedal into a Seekin Metal from... I don't even know what this is from. Oh, Pedal Tank. Shout out to Pedal Tank. I mean, this is a random used distortion I found at Guitar Center. Probably about 3 days before we played Roots Picnic. And I was just like, yo, I just need another distortion.
I need something to use. I need this effect for this show. So
yes.
I need to grab this.
I need some heavy shit, and I need something that's going to, like, not suck, you know, because a lot of distortions suck, you know, and I don't want to suck, you know what I mean? So I want to sound good. I want to sound clean. I want to sound articulate, you know what I mean? But then also be able to have that control and have high gain, you know what I mean? Like, really, like, go from a nice, like, warm gain to, like, a high gain. And this one, it does it. It's cool, you know? I'm looking for some other distortion pedals. So definitely if you guys have any, like, you know, thoughts about that, you know, definitely hit us up. But
a couple of suggestions.
Yeah, I mean, your drones are nasty, but you know, all Walrus. Shout out to Walrus Audio. We love you guys.
Great.
You know, I mean, we love y'all for real.
Freaking awesome.
Amazing. Honestly, like, I really miss my Julia pedal. I'm not gonna hold you, but it's all good. You know, we're still here. I'll probably have to re up on that one, but no. So I'm running you know, classic wah, classic what is this, Dunlop or is this Ernie Ball? This one you gave me.
Ernie Ball.
Okay, so classic Ernie Ball wah. Going into the Seekin Metal from Pedal Tank. Going into the chorus ensemble. Let's get a little chorus in there. Ooh, let's turn the volume up. So we got a little, you know, chorus ensemble there.
What do you mean?
It's subtle, but it's all, and I have it like turned all the way up right now. So it's doing a little bit more. But you know, I feel like for those songs where I just want just a little extra touch, like, I don't really use reverb at all.
Really?
You know, yeah. Like, I don't know why, man. I think that delay, and obviously delay is a type of what is it? Delay is a type of reverb, reverb is a type of delay. Either way.
Delay is repeats of a single note.
Right.
And then reverb is just
essentially the same
the
thing.
note constantly going after.
Okay, we'll figure that out. But either way, yeah, I really just kind of go distortion or chorus into my MXR carbon copy. It's an analog delay. It's beautiful. I mean, there's other delays, or I mean, like, you have some cool stuff. I mean, but I just, every time I turn this on and I just go like distortion, delay. So that was a bunch of, you know what I mean, BS. But the effect. You know what I mean?
crazy.
The effect is really what we're going for. So MXR, and then we got a little D'Addario tuner, which I'm going to use right now because clearly we're, oh my God, do you see that?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You're doing great.
Thanks.
Just,
Oh my God.
just-
Guys, if you can see this, I'm so out of tune right now. And I just tuned it. And that's not a knock on my beautiful PRS guitar. That's probably my fault.
he's tuned before you play.
You know, and it's funny because you tuned up and I was like, no, I'm fine. What? And here we are. Right. Anyway, what is a piece of gear that you're using right now that you are head over heels for?
That I'm head over heels for?
Yeah.
I love my reverb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are pro reverb.
I am pro reverb.
Okay. Nice.
And it's weird because I don't really use my delay as often.
Interesting. Okay.
Right?
So you go into your reverb as opposed to going into your delay.
Right.
Okay, got you.
Like if I were to pick like an essential 3, it would probably be like a overdrive or a distortion.
Yeah.
And it would be a reverb, maybe a chorus.
Okay. Yeah, you use that chorus a lot.
I like my chorus. The chorus is
And it's sick. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now what? It's the Wallace. The Wallace Audio. The Walrus Audio. What?
It's called the slower or slower. It's got a freaky. It's got the O with the. It's got.
Okay. Yeah. No explaining. It's okay. Slower.
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 I like slower.
Okay. We're gonna go with slower. The Walrus Audio. Slower. Hey. Nah, it sounds great. Go ahead and give the people some.
Let's see. We got a little.
There we go. I feel like it's just a lushness. It's lush.
You know?
Look at that. And it's letting it ring out. Nah, that's sick.
I think that's what I like though. I like hearing notes like ring out
Okay. Gotcha.
as opposed to like repeat. But it's weird because there's moments where I like to hear repeats instead of
Right.
reverb. But oddly enough, I also like a combination of delays and reverbs because I feel like
Well, yeah.
it brings like a little extra little sauce.
Ooh, what the fuck? Okay, cool. Yeah. And so that's the Walrus Audio, what?
It's called the Juliana.
Juliana. So not the Julia, the Juliana.
Juliana.
Yeah.
Like a little big sis.
Little Big Sis.
Little Big Sis.
Type thing, yeah.
there's-
Type shit, yeah.
Pretty much like the same pedal, but there's like a couple of little nuances. But it does work in stereo, so it's like that.
Okay, sick. So does it have a detune on it or something? It sounds like it's...
That has to do with the depth knob. So it kind of, I think it messes with like the pitch a little bit
Okay,
every time
got you.
you turn it up and down.
Got you.
So I like to keep it not quite halfway, but like almost halfway. So it adds like a little warble, kind of little weeble wobble, weeble wobble, a little.
Whoa. Nah, facts. Okay.
So even in like little.
Is there distortion on there?
So it has like a little spice to it.
Okay,
You
yeah.
turn that lag up.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a little addition that I don't have to use like extra distortion or
Crazy.
extra
Okay.
overdrive or anything else. It just
Facts.
adds like a little bit of spice, so I'm not kind of like having everything on all the time. So I just like that little spice.
That's hard. that like little like distortion at the end of it,
like just a little bit of crunch.
Right. It's like it's almost on like a pre-delay, right? So how you have a pre-delay for reverbs and stuff, like almost like the distortion has a pre-delay where it comes in after the signal. It's
smacks
nasty.
it, just a little smack afterwards.
Yeah, that's crazy. A little, I mean, so that's sick.
And sometimes I have it up. Most times I have it like down, but you know, sometimes you just want to add a little Yamin to it.
Nah, facts. All right, bet. Yeah, I love that. All right, cool.
It's my little combo.
Fuck, yeah. I mean, so my thing is all this stuff. So like, were you influenced by like someone to do this kind of sound, or were you just kind of like experimenting and you were like, oh, this is hitting my ear in the right way. I like this.
I think it came through listening to music and kind of like linking my pedals to sounds that I like to hear in general.
Okay.
So I know when I listen to records, I know, like we were just talking about, like I like reverb, but I like reverb because I like to hear notes ring out. Sometimes I like to listen to songs and music that just have lots of drones and little edgy, sometimes with like a little bit of crunch. Like I don't know Midwest something. I don't even know what they call it.
Midwest emo?
Sometimes, but like it has like a. Sometimes it has. How do I word it? Like it's a lot of drawn out chords where you just.
Shoegaze?
Shoegaze.
We are fans of shoegaze over here for sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Even though I was drawing a blank and couldn't figure out the.
But that's what you're talking about.
That's exactly. What
okay. Yeah.
So like, I think it just has like a lot to do with color, and lots of times when I hear shoegaze like music, it's a lot of chords that I don't necessarily hear often, or if I do, they're usually in terms of like passing chords or things that you may not have a lot of time to like process when you listen to the music. But I feel like shoegaze uses like a lot of random chords, not random, but chords that you wouldn't necessarily like hear all the time. I feel you. Or even if you do hear them all the time, sometimes you don't hear things in like their completion if they're only like short notes.
Facts. Okay.
At least that's the way I perceive it. So like when things are drawn out, you can really like hear like the totality of like what a chord or a note is like supposed to be. Yeah. So I feel like that's like really appeasing to my ear. I just like that.
Yeah. And like you said, like color, like, I mean, that's another thing. When I make music, I think more in textures, right? But colors is also another way to kind of describe that, where, you know, the lushness of a reverb, you know, usually, honestly, like, honest to God, the only time I use a reverb is when I go into a Valhalla vintage verb. Like, that's like my go-to. I love it so much, dude. Like, I'll put it out. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's recording in. So like, you know how they be like Frank's Red Hot, you know, I put that shit on everything. Like, I mean, I put that shit on everything, dog. Like, you know, and that is, like I said, the lushness, the drawn out, like, I mean, you can, even without turning like the delay time up like really crazy, you can, you know, set the pre-delay, set the mix to a point where if there's enough gain coming in, you know what I mean, you're going to get a really lush, long reverb, a really just full reverb. Also setting the parameters of like the EQ, you know, and kind of just understanding, you know, what to cut out, what to keep, you know, and it really depends on every song that I use, you know, whatever. But usually like I'm cutting a little bit of highs, a little bit of lows, you know, keeping it clean enough, but then also having enough low, enough mid, enough, you know, high mid that it's like, oh yeah, this is the essence of my guitar sound that's carrying on, you know, because sometimes, like I said, it'll, you know, you can cut whatever and EQ whatever, but like literally within the plugin, you know, it just is one of those things where it carries, dude. It takes the sound and just enhances, and really, that's kind of what, like that's kind of where I'm at. Like I want to enhance the sound. Like I've gone to like essentially an all analog rig where I'm not doing any like, you know, guitar modeling software. I'm not doing like guitar rig. I'm not doing, you know, amplitude or whatever the fuck, you know, the slate. Or, like it doesn't sound real. UA audio. Like I was using the Angle, I want to say 120 for a while. And it's like, it just doesn't do it for me.
Question. Do you think it's a sound thing or a feeling thing?
Interesting. Okay, so I think it's both. I think it's more of a feeling thing, but I know the sound isn't right. You know?
Because, like, you know how, like, amps respond to, like, a guitar?
Right.
I don't know, like, I feel like that's why I was asking if it's feeling versus, you know, how it actually sounds. Because lots of times something can sound a certain way, and it may sound, like, exactly the same low-key to the ear.
Yeah.
But because you're there, like, you're feeling, like, the air, like, the sound is, like, you're literally going through, like, amplifiers as opposed to, like, your speakers. Yeah. So there's like that.
I mean, I think
disconnect too.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it. I mean, I think the performance really depends on how you feel in that moment. You know what I mean? So if I'm playing something and I'm like, "Ooh, this is so," like I get the chills. I get the you feel, you can sometimes, like when you play loud, especially with like a tube amp, you know, and you have that responsiveness. The tubes are literally like every time you touch a string.
It's like click, like even
it's like yo, whatever. Like, I mean, so like right now, so it's clean, right? So, but that, you know, immediate response, bro, like. It's so like my amp, I have a Fender Deluxe 3.
Sheesh.
Hot Rod Deluxe 3, there we go. And it's so responsive. It's so loud. You know, it's on 1 right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's so good. And, you know, I just remember, like, the louder I turned it up, you know, at certain places we played, dude, I get chills. I really do. I mean, and it changes your performance. And I think that when you're able to tap in to a better performance, you're always going to get a better recording, right? So I think that whatever you can do to make the performance great is always going to, you know, make you, like I said, get the best recording possible, you know? So if your thing is like amp sims, awesome. Axe Effects or, you know, whatever, Neural, right? Your Neural DSP. Neural. Rural DSP, you know. But no, anything like that, it really just depends on like the player, you know. And I like I said, I'm all amp right now. You know, I'm playing this PRS for everything. Literally everything I've recorded in the last 2 months has been through this PRS. All the practices, all the shows, and then but at home it's like literally like PRS, you know, amp, obviously my pedals and everything, going through a 57, you know, that has been battle tested and modified, and, you know, straight into a nice optical pre that's, you know, nice and warm, you know, and, you know, into the software, you know, so it's like, I think having that front end just secured and knowing that, this is going to be like, I can get that feeling every time. I can get that show feeling, because that's really, I think, what's been the difference. Like before, I used to just play and it's like, oh yeah, like, can I play fast or can I play something that sounds crazy, right? Yes, you know, but can I do that and get the same feeling all the time? No, you know, I've come to learn about myself, you know, so all those like guitar features that I've done in the last probably like 4 or 5 months, like, have all been off of my amp, have all been an analog into something, you know? So yeah, man, you know, and I think that
sounds like you like the tangibility of kind of like everything.
Right. Yeah. There's weight to it. You know, there's weight to having a tube amp. There's weight to having, you know, so literally playing through your amp through your pedal board, through your guitar. Like, I mean, there's weight to all that good stuff. You know, you can do a guitar sim, you know, synth. You know, you there's plenty of songs like oh my god, I think it's like by a band called The Midnight. And they have this awesome song called After Hours. I think that's what it's called, or After Dark.
After Dark.
It has such a crazy guitar solo, but I think it's like not a guitar. I think it's like a synth, and it's so nasty. Like a guitar. It's so nasty, dude. I was just you know kind of doing like post punk or whatever radio, you know, shoegaze, you know, radio, and it came up, and it was crazy. I was like, because usually you don't hear that kind of like musicality or technicality really in that kind of music. Like I think that the reason why
another thing, yeah.
Right, yeah. Like I mean, a reason why I really, or not maybe not the reason, but like just a thing that I've noticed for myself in recording that kind of music is I have taken the thought out of it and inserted full 100% feeling, right? Where, you know, I got a bass, I got this, you know, slick little Yamaha bass or whatever. And when I hear a bass line, I'll sit down and just record. I'll find a drum pattern that will match my shit, record the bass, and then I hop on guitar last, you know, because I want the foundation to be set, you know what I mean? And like anything I add on guitar is just gravy, you know what I mean? Because you know that, or I'm at the point where I'm not playing for myself anymore. I'm playing for myself and an audience, you know, and I know that, okay, I want stuff to just be locked in, you know. I don't want to be like, hey, look at all the crazy cool things I can do on guitar. Like, I mean, obviously, sure, cool, but you know, even I was watching Rhythm and Flow today, right? So the new version. Shout out to LG. She's from Philly.
Sheesh.
No, I mean, no, like I will take this time randomly to shout out LG, bro. She killed that thing, man. It was just the first 4 episodes. But man, LG, smoked him, rolled him up and smoked him. So shout out to her, man. But it was just so inspiring because even the feedback to just hear from the judge, it was Ludacris, Khaled, Lotto, who was actually on Rhythm and Flow, I believe, and was kicked off, you know, was voted off essentially. And, you know, she's back as a judge, which kind of just shows a testament to like just hard work, perseverance.
Yeah.
But being able to just, like I said, just tap into something, you know, just tap into something and really believe it, you know, like that's really, when I record something, I'm like, okay, I've tapped into it, I believe it. And now here we are, like I said, everything is gravy once I touch my guitar.
Once you touch it.
You know? So, yeah, dude. I don't know. And then it's funny, like, I've been more so listening to a lot more music. You know, I was in a period where I wasn't really listening to a lot of music. And I think one thing that I found, and I would say, like, for sure, The Midnight, like, After Dark, hidden gem, like, 100%, like, go check that joint out. The guitar solo was nasty. I actually looked up some covers and like people were tapping and bending and I was like, okay, I mean, I didn't think that it was that nuts, but okay, we can do that too. We know it's crazy, so
what?
I've listened to a lot of Zakk Wylde, actually. So after it's so crazy. So I was working with someone who actually was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, shout out to him, not putting names out there, and he played it, and so I watched it. I was like, you know, I've watched the last couple times or whatever. I think Tom Morello and Rage Against the Machine got inducted last year, and then this year it was like Mary J. Blige, Ozzy Osbourne, you know, some really Peter Frampton got inducted, dude. Oh my god, dude, Peter Frampton and Keith Urban playing "Do You Feel Like I Do" or "We Do" or whatever it's called, like, you know, same thing. It was just so beautiful, and Peter Frampton just ripped, man, like just ripped, like going crazy, like, and so it just gives you hope. It's like, all right, and he has, I don't know what disease he had. I wish I had thought about it before, but he has like this, I want to say it's like a degenerative or whatever. And they didn't know if he was going to be able to tour again, if he was going to be able to play again. And once he found out he could still play, he was like, all right, we're doing it.
I'm doing this.
Yeah. I mean, and it's just, it really just, it puts a little battery in your back. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, yo, all right, like, why am I sitting here not doing something, you know? And so like I said, just getting that feeling, you know, and invoking all those people.
Like when you can be, because why not? If you're able and you're like, if you're driven, like especially when you're driven, I feel like when you're driven, that's the time to like start. Like
Facts.
you just gotta go for it. No matter like what's like around you.
Yeah,
you know,
seriously,
things are happening to you, things are happening around you, and you're just like, all right, man, I'm not gonna do this because X, Y, Z is going on around me. And then the whole time it's like, no, you can just buckle down and hone in on yourself.
Facts.
No matter what's going on, whether you're sick or whether stuff is going on in your family or like when you're, I don't know, whatever else is going on in the world. But like there's something that you can focus on, and it definitely is you. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Like you should absolutely go for that.
Facts.
And I don't know if you find something like music.
Yeah, man. Like
guitar, you know, to keep you going. Like if that's what keeps you motivated and I don't know, keeps you doing stuff, then like why put that to the side because of like whatever else? Like let that be. Let it be.
Let it be, man. And we're not playing that though.
You know,
we're not trying to get sued. But shout out to the Beatles and Paul McCartney and his estate and John Lennon and his estate. You know, if you want to support the pod, you know, hey. Hey, Paul, if you want to come on the pod, hey, you know, we can do that too. We shut it up.
Paul.
Set it up. But yeah, man, I really wholeheartedly, not to be like funny, but you know, like just getting back to like, I mean, I really agree with that. Like, I mean, it's like when you said like, you know, having something like guitar to ground you, to be like, hey, I've got so much stuff going on there. I mean, there's so much stuff going on a daily basis. And, you know, honestly, dude, at some point in the last month and a half, I've always picked my guitar up. Almost every single day. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, say it was every day. But it was almost every single day in the last like couple months, definitely in the last month and a half, where I was like just picking myself up and playing, man. And that's gotten me through so much, man. It's gotten me through more than I can even imagine, you know, and also to get off a plateau, because I really felt like I was on a plateau. Especially when you watch guys like Tosin. Shout out to Tosin, who was just in the area. You know, and they're celebrating 10 years of you know, their the first Animals as Leaders album. And actually, like, I literally saw that tour when I was in college. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It was like, that was what kind of opened my eyes. So like, I mean, Tosin's Tosin Abasi. You guys don't know him. I talked about him on this podcast before. He's probably one of my favorite guitarists, if not my favorite guitarist. But I mean, he's a guitarist. He does things that are innovative. You know, he doesn't just shred. He doesn't just play fast. He doesn't just, you know, play a bunch of notes. You know, it's tasteful, you know, and everything, like in the way that it had the motion, like I'm all for like just beauty and picking motion and beauty and like motion of like, you know, concepts and stuff. And I mean, it's the stuff that he comes up with, it's nuts, dude. It's like, why does your brain work like that? You know, how, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to try to play anything right now, cause I don't want to disrespect him, you know, but, I'm just grateful, honestly. You know, I'm grateful for guys like you know what I mean? Like being able to say, yeah, no, we're gonna go there. Being able to like, you know, play guitar with you, bro, and play in bands and all this and do this podcast, being able to learn, you know what I mean? And because we have different styles. Like we literally essentially grew up guitar wise together, right? You know, shout out to Caesar, man. Watch the podcast. Where are you at? Get from under your rock, Caesar. Come on the podcast, Caesar. Like, come on, bro. It's time. But being able to have this experience and for us to have such contrasting styles, but at the same time, they complement so well. I promise I'll play less notes and I'll play less. So I'm not just going into the abyss with, you know, whatever solos and whatever.
You got to do what you got to do.
Well, no, I mean, honestly, bro, I want to be able to listen, right? And not just hear myself, you know? And that's something that like, I'm trying to work on. Like I really took time to like what is taste? You know, what is my taste? What is tasteful to others? And doing research, you know, like putting stuff out, you know, doing other projects for people and people sending stuff back, being like, hey, actually, I like this, but I don't like this, you know, I want to change this or whatever. And it's like, whoa.
Like, what do you mean?
whoa. But like I said, to be able to take it in, you know what I mean? To take it in and to take it in a way where it really changes and alters your playing for the better, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's nothing like it. You know, it's nothing like it. So, like I said, I'm grateful for you, brother. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for this guitar. I don't know, like, what do you want to call it? Like just brotherhood? You know? Guitar brotherhood that we built.
I'd call it that.
You know what I mean? And for everyone listening and watching, you know, just shout out to y'all, man. We appreciate y'all so much.
Y'all are great.
Like seriously, you know, we really appreciate everyone that's been rocking with us still, who has been hounding us to put more content out.
We're working on it.
Yeah, I mean, that was a little, you know, what was it? Poland when Yachty did like the anyway. Yeah, man, we really appreciate y'all, man, and all the sponsors that have sent us stuff and like I said, Walrus Audio, I will get it someday. I'm sorry. Thank y'all. Man, it's just we're just very appreciative. I'm very appreciative right now. There's a lot of gratitude in this motherfucker right now. So, you know, PRS, thank you for making great guitars. You know what I mean? MXR, Ernie Ball for sure. What? Ernie Ball picks? What? What kind of pick are you using? Are you using the Walrus? I asked you, we're using the damn Walrus.
I said it was
here. Shout out to Walrus Audio again. All right, we're at this, John.